What's good? It's Ant McKee from the Laundromat Show, episode 26. I got my guys with me.
Yes, sir. It's K Rose.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
And go ahead and shout out those social medias, Cheese.
Y'all know the drill, man. Laundromat Show or The Laundromat Show on Instagram, Laundromat Show on Twitter, and The Laundromat Show on Facebook. And follow us on TikTok as well, The Laundromat Show.
We're definitely about to get more active on TikTok. And do we have a black business today?
Yes, sir. We definitely got a black business. It's my homie. Like I always say, everybody I know got businesses. My homie Keisha. I used to work with Keisha back in the day. She has Stylez by Key. She's a hairstylist. So check her out on Instagram, Stylez, STYLEZ as in zebra, by Key, KEI _ on Instagram. Check her out. She do your hair if you in the Delaware, New York City area. So the tri-state, basically.
She do fades?
You said what?
She do fades?
She might. I don't know. All I saw her do was like girl hair, but she might, line people up too. So check her out.
Definitely check her out, y'all. Let me guess. You've been thinking about starting a podcast, but you just don't know where to get started. Well, I have some good news for you. The Laundromat is feeling generous, and we're going to let you know how we've been recording for almost a year now. Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout gets your show listed on every major podcast platform. And if that's not good enough, you'll get a great-looking podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening, and tools to promote your episodes and more. So follow the link in our show notes and let Buzzsprout know we sent you. You'll get a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and it helps support the show. So stop procrastinating and start that podcast. And then I'm looking at the outline. We're getting right into it. So what we talking about today, Cheese?
Yeah, man, because in full disclosure, as you see Ant's background, if you're watching the YouTube, we got a versus tonight. So, you know what I mean? We're going to keep it short and sweet with the episode. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too later. But so let's get right into the What You See Cheese segment. Everybody saw this, I'm sure. I'll give you a little bit of background. You guys peep what's going on with DaBaby?
Yeah, how can you not, man?
Yeah. So just a brief background before we start talking about it. Basically, DaBaby, the rapper, he's been in a little bit of drama involving the LGBTQ community. Basically, his footage of his Rolling Loud festival performance popped online and on Twitter. And while he was performing at Rolling Loud, he asked his crowd, he said, put your phone up if you didn't show up to the show with HIV and AIDS. And also put your phone up if you didn't give head in the parking lot, to keep it, PG. And so basically, obviously, with those comments, you know what I mean, talking about HIV and talking about giving a man head, he said give a man head. He got into some trouble with the LGBT community. And in the time since that footage has dropped, he's been dropped from all types of festivals and concerts like Governor's Ball, Day in Vegas concert, Lollapalooza. And he has since apologized twice. And recently he apologized on Monday. But for the most part, after this stuff has blown up in his face on social media and by fans, he kind of was doubling and tripling down. So I'm going to let you, I know, Ant, I'm going to go right to you first, bro, because I know you had a lot to talk about with this subject. How do you feel about everything that's going on with DaBaby?
Well, first and foremost, I think because I was ranting on social media about it. I think a lot of people missed the main thing. And the main thing is that was completely unnecessary. There was no purpose for him to do that. To me, it was random. It made no sense. He said people took it out of context. That could be true, but it was still unnecessary. So that's first and foremost.
His comments.
But with that, his comments.
Okay.
About the whole AIDS and then all that nonsense.
What was the context, though?
So it was a break in the show. He was trying to get people to put their phones up to like make a light. You know how people be doing that. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to rally the crowd, but that's how he did.
Everybody that don't got AIDS, put your phone up.
It was unnecessary. I don't know what's
before you even go, Ant. I think that's a good point, Leak. Like you kind of got to talk about that. Like it was, like you said, Ant, super unnecessary. And like, you know how normally rappers be like, yeah, if you with your girl tonight, say oh. Right. Like, yeah. I don't know why he went so far left and so far random. It doesn't make sense.
Like, nigga, what's up with you?
I can't think why he would do that. The only thing that would kind of make sense is maybe he thinks by saying something so drastic that he's going to get everybody's hand in the air. Like, I've seen somebody be like, yo, if you ain't a broke ass nigga, and then obviously everybody, it doesn't make any sense. That's the only thing I can think of. Is he trying to go so far left that everybody puts their, I don't know.
Okay. But one thing to say to that is like your example made sense. Nobody wants to be broke, but I mean, I'm sure he has a lot of fans who are gay, who may have done what he said. You know what I mean? Because they're at a festival. So it's like that don't even make it. Just was weird. That definitely was weird.
Well, we all agree on the fact that it was unnecessary. It didn't have to be done. With that being said, though, I don't agree with the backlash that's going on after it, and not from the people. The fans who are there and fans who support them or don't support them have every right to express their opinion and listen to them or not listen to them. I don't like what these businesses are doing. I think they're being very hypocritical.
And why do you say that?
Because they didn't have a problem when he murdered somebody at a Walmart. They didn't have a problem. They don't have a problem when rappers are promoting being drug addicts and killing other black people. You can say anything about the black community, and none of these companies are going to step in and pull their endorsements. What's the name? I see some of these same festivals have people on there where artists are like smoking too good. People know that's a 14-year-old kid who lost his life. So like nobody pulls endorsements back for all that stuff. But as soon as you say something that might affect their community or hits home to them, because we'll call it a spade, a lot of people who run the music industry are white and gay. So when you say something that affects their community, they want to pull all the endorsements and shut it down. But as long as you hurt the black community, we'll throw millions of dollars behind it. I don't respect it.
What you got to say about that, Lee?
I mean, just to go off what Ann said, that's something I've kind of been thinking about all my life, where just kind of the black community is always treated differently in a lot of ways in a lot of different industries, and that's just been that way since we go back to slavery. That's just how shit is. But Ann was saying a little bit about DaBaby's fucking damn. My bad, come back to me. Okay. I was reading something else I was about to say.
No, you straight. Yeah, go ahead, recollect yourself, bro. I'll respond to that. I mean, I agree with you, Ant. I definitely agree with you. I think my thing is we already know that already, though. Is kind of my stance on it. It's like we already know who's kind of in control of these certain industries, the media, the music industry, what type of groups have influence and power and able to shut shit down and then also turn a blind eye to certain other things. So we already know that that's the situation and that has to be changed.
I agree. We do know that, but I think this was one of the more blatant examples. And I think Esco caught his train of thought.
No, I said fuck it because I forgot. I can't remember that shit.
I think this was one of the more blatant examples that I've seen in my lifetime. Like usually it's discreet or like this was wild. I've never seen. Seems like some of these people who said they're pulling them off the bill, I never even heard of these concerts. It seems like they're doing it for like clout. I'm like, I never heard of this festival in my life.
Here's the thing. I agree with you. And here's what I'll say to that. I agree with you. A lot of these concerts and festivals are popping up, but some of these are pretty big festivals too. I'm not the most crazy concert goer, but I've heard of these or seen these around. So my retort to that is this. Normally what I notice in situations like this, right, where the people in power or whatever influence, they flex their muscle. You talked about a community that they're a part of or that they're supporting at this time. They got to shut you down, right? Okay. Normally the artist or whoever has, done whatever they did, they have a little bit of sense to be like, I know what I'm up against. I got to fall back and try to make amends now. Mm-hmm. What I thought was crazy in this situation and what I kind of be like, DaBaby's a clown in my opinion, just my opinion.
That's a strong word.
I don't know the man, but I'll say this. He seems like kind of a clown because for me, I was just like, bro, the arrogance. Because for me, I thought he was wrong. Number one, I thought he was wrong. And for me, it was like, bro, people forget the concert goers and who's dropping you for whatever reason. People are telling you that you're wrong. And for him to double down and triple down and kind of like the arrogance with which he showed, like, right. Like for me, I always like, I don't know, I guess I always have feelings towards people who, when they show arrogance and they're blatantly wrong. It's like, bro, you're blatantly wrong and you're like going to be arrogant about it. Like to me, it's like, what are you doing?
I think that's why he got dropped by so many different.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like if he would have just, said what he said, obviously he was fucking dumb wrong. But if you would have been like, okay, I apologize, learn from your mistakes, do your whole, how they always do their PR joint. He go on a couple tours, go to a couple of gay clubs, perform at them joints or whatever. And then he might not have lost all of these endorsements to everything he's losing. He might have lost a couple here and there, but he lost some big ones that he had coming up.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm gonna just add one thing. I feel like they was like, okay, so we're gonna have to make an example. Because you see celebrities coming out, and I'm not saying I agree necessarily with that, with making an example of a black man. But at the same time, I'm looking at him like, bro, like you so wrong. And like they kind of was like, oh, we about to show him like he can't just do this.
Right. Two things. One, you said it. It's just something that rubs me the wrong way about a group of people who necessarily aren't even a part of the hip hop community trying to set an example against one of us. That rubs me the wrong way. But take that part out. My overall thing is, I think us as fans and companies have to take a step back and be realistic with ourselves and look at who are we putting up on these pedestals. Like, we're talking about people who rap about drugs, murder, everything. And I'm not even talking about him specifically in the situation. Some of these people actually aren't even entertaining. They're actually doing it.
Yeah.
And then dumb enough to rap about it. What do you expect from these people? I don't get where people are like, okay, these people are talking about killing each other. These people are talking about being on drugs all the time. These people are talking about disrespecting women. What in this pattern leads you to believe that for them to have something smart to say about the LGBT? Like, I don't get it.
No, that's real rap. That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's a huge thing for me about social media that I don't like. That access, like once we got the access where less celebrities could talk to us, we hear their thoughts every day. The celebrity star for me kind of died because I'm like, yo, these people are fucking nuts.
They're idiots.
Yeah, like,
and that's what I think DaBaby is, bro. I really do think he's an idiot, but like, who isn't though? Like, there's a lot of people who are idiots, and I think that's a good point. I think for me, it's like, I guess what I was looking at DaBaby, like, bro, you really on some clown shit, is because it's not your initial mistake. Everybody makes mistakes and says things, or maybe misinformed or uneducated, right? My biggest thing is that when you see the reaction, right, and people get to tell you like, dog, you're way off on this. Like, I'm telling you, you way off, and then you double down.
I'll shoot him some bail though. I think a lot of humans' first instinct is when a lot of people attack them is to get defensive.
Cool. Not when you right or wrong like that though.
Cool.
Don't say anything on, like, don't get on Twitter and talk about, yo, fuck.
I agree.
Like, no.
That's cool. That's cool on a double down. I'll give somebody that leeway on a double down. But then he tripled down. And it's like, bro, it's like, what, like, how much sympathy am I supposed to have for you in this situation now when like you tripled down and you was like way off?
Right. It's like he was trying to one up himself in a way.
He's not helping. He's not helping himself.
Right. He tried to, I guess, and I mean, I guess some of these celebrities have this type of mind state where it's just like, bro, I'm gonna show you that I don't have to abide by these rules. And on one hand, I commend that, but on the other, when you're wrong, I can't. You know what I mean? When you're just wrong.
And to both of y'all point, to wrap this topic up, I think he ended up making himself look worse because I feel like once you go down the double down, triple down path, you have to stay there.
You got to.
You can't triple down and then double back and like it's crazy. You got to pick a side.
Apology. You didn't one up your apology. Like, you can't just now
you got to pick a side.
So I guess that's a good leeway into like the final part of this topic is like, how did y'all feel about him actually apologizing? Because he apologized semi like at first saying like he gave the whole basically my words were taken out of context at first. And then now he came out Monday, which I thought was interesting. He released like a statement and he basically was like he apologized, he was misinformed, he made misinformed comments about HIV and AIDS, and he now recognized the importance of education on these topics. What I thought was kind of corny, but I know this is like how I guess the music industry does it. He posted it on Instagram, then deleted the feature where anybody, they can't comment. So how did y'all feel about that apology?
You can go ahead.
It was bullshit. Like, it's too late, too little, too late. Like, that should have been the first John. I'm not trying to hear the education shit. You knew what you said. You knew what you was doing. Like the way the world is now, especially, and you being as big an artist as you are, knowing that you have fans in the LGBTQ community, you knew what you were saying, bro. And you shouldn't have said that shit. And you should have apologized right after. You should have apologized on stage, maybe. You mean, you should have maybe just like this. And you might have been good, but you triple down, and the double apology shit ain't gonna work. Niggas not trying to hear that shit.
Going back to what I previously said, yeah, I think you got to pick a side and stand on it. And once you decide to double and triple down, you have to ride that out. A perfect example of somebody who says a lot of controversial things, but he stands on it, so it doesn't really seem to affect him because people know he's going to stand on it. It's 50 Cent. 50 Cent does this kind of stuff all the time, but the difference is people don't even waste their time trying to cancel him because they know he's not going to stop.
He's never going to apologize, bro.
So where DaBaby messed up is he showed weakness. He tried to stand on it, but then he showed weakness. So now it's like the people are looking at him like, yo, if we don't like something, we gonna go right at him, and then eventually he gonna fold. If you go that hard, you can't fold.
I think the biggest thing with that is too, you got to be able to have your own backing, where it's like you can afford for the backlash. Right. Like 50 Cent he's in a situation where he can basically say whatever he wants. He's gonna have some type of income coming in. Once they started canceling them shows for DaBaby and the festivals and stuff, your tune kind of got to switch up a little bit because you losing bread. You know what I mean?
I saw a tweet that I thought was great. I forgot the guy's name, but he said, everybody pay attention to what's going on. Black people need to adopt the same strategy when these white companies disrespect us.
True. I think that's a good way to end that topic, man. That's a great way to end the topic. To move on. I guess like this was a good little transition because for me, I thought a lot of the situation initially with DaBaby was basically his ego. Like basically, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and because my ego is this way, I'm just gonna do what I want to do until y'all force me not to. So I wanted to ask y'all: has there ever been a time where your ego made you try to one up another man in any way? And the reason I bring up this conversation is because if y'all peep, they said that Kanye West, I don't know how true this is, he's living in the Atlanta Stadium. And he's paying $1 million per day to live in that.
That's cap. That's heavy cap.
For sure. But they say he's living there. He's paying $1 million a day to live there to finish up his album. And to me, I saw this on the Joe Budden podcast. They was like, it's kind of in relation to Drake renting out a stadium.
I didn't even think of that.
With his date. Yeah, so it's like that's like an ego play.
That's hilarious.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ask y'all, like, what do y'all think about that? And have y'all have a situation where y'all ego tried to make y'all one up somebody else?
That's hilarious, bro. So I just think now I'm thinking about it in that context, it's definitely possible. The way what we know about Kanye is like, what he's put out there that we know about him, and see what he would do for sure. For myself, I think the only times I really try to do that shit is like in terms of like basketball. But I remember this one time I was particularly spiteful. It was a game in college. I was there actually. I was on my team and we played against my ex-girl's team. Her boyfriend team.
Yeah, I remember.
I went out there for blood. I had like a dub. I was cooking them niggas. And Sano took me out the game early, and I was a little upset, but it was what it was. But I remember that shit.
Oh, that's a good example, bro. That's a great example.
That was hilarious. Well, I didn't. That's actually hilarious that you mentioned that, Cheese, about the Kanye thing, because I didn't even put two and two together about the stadiums. I don't put that past Kanye at all. Because the reason I said I thought it was cap, because I looked at the picture of that little ass room he posted. I'm like, there's no way he paying $1 million for this. But I still don't believe it's $1 million, but I believe he'll overpay for a little room just to flex.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Or just to have the news out there that he's doing it.
Right.
Right. We don't even know the price tag.
Exactly.
They can't really price it.
Exactly. But as far as me though, yeah, I've definitely gotten into a situation I didn't need to be in because of my ego. I think a perfect example would be my sophomore year at Bloomsburg. I got into it with the head coach. I thought I was right, and he thought he was right. So the logical situation would have been like, okay, you're on scholarship, whether you're right or wrong, do what the coach says and just live to fight another day. I took that to the grave, and it cost me my spot on the team ultimately.
That's a dire consequence for your ego too. That's like a serious joke.
Yeah, I was not standing down on that.
I'm glad you brought it. I didn't even have an example till you brought up your story, Leak. I definitely was in a situation when I played JUCO ball out in Kansas. So it was this girl who was at my school, whatever. She was real cool. I kind of was feeling her. And she had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend played ball for the one of our teams in our conference. So, that's funny you said that, bro. Whenever we played them like twice a year, and we played them in the playoffs too. But we played them twice in the regular season. I was trying to kill them, bro. Especially because she was always at the game. She was like a supportive girl, whatever. But you know how that goes. So, and I was taller and shit too. So it was like I was trying to, you know what I mean, show that I was really the ball.
Trying to bully him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into all of the specifics, but yeah, bro, I feel you.
You feel me? So I definitely remember that. But we beat them in the playoffs too. I had like a dub too. We beat them in the playoffs. So I was hyped. That was definitely an ego play where I was like, yeah, I gotta play good. The girls in the stands. You know what I'm saying?
8 times out of 10, if there's a disagreement between men, it's a woman involved.
No
sure.
bullshit. No bullshit. That game I did that was for me. Like, no, because yeah, I'll tell y'all some shit about that some other time. But like, yeah, that shit was for me.
Nah. I feel you. That's a nice little transition because, like, I mean, I know Ant wanted to talk about this, so I put it on the outline. As far as you could transition, I guess, from ego, we're talking about ego, and I guess masculinity in today's society, and I guess how your ego. I was trying to like make the transition, but I don't know.
I see it a little bit. I mean, it's
Let me handle the transition.
Go ahead,
bro.
No, not this one because he already fucked it
up. From further, okay. But this topic, I kind of wanted to get into it because it kind of wraps up a lot of stuff we said into totality about like what DaBaby said, and then But my thing is, me personally, I think everybody should live how they want to live and be comfortable. But what I don't agree with is today, I think they're trying so hard to make the LG, I don't want to mess it up. The community, I don't want to mess it up and disrespect them. The LGBTQ. Yeah, I just didn't want to forget a letter. Yeah. They I feel they try so hard to make that community feel included and make sure which they should, that they try to disrespect anything that's not like that. Like, I feel like there can be a space where they're comfortable to live how they want to live, but you also don't have to like force their ways upon people. Like, it's okay to be masculine. Like, I don't believe toxic masculinity is even a thing. People would try too hard to like make black men feminine. I just feel like there's an agenda. Do you guys see that at all?
Well, first I'm gonna ask you a question. When you say they, who was they? Who was pushing this agenda?
I don't. That's the hard part.
In your opinion,
I can't identify exactly who it is. I guess I can say social media or the media because it's not a specific person. It's like, but you see it though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go first. I feel like I definitely feel like there's an agenda, and I don't. Sometimes I think when people say agenda, it's like a negative connotation to it, but I think there's like a goal in plan or a mission in plan in place, for this to happen. And I think on some end, if it's happening so that, people they feel more comfortable in society, they feel like they're actually being accepted in society, I'm all for it. But I can see what you're saying where they're pushing certain messages and things like that. And I don't think it's necessarily a problem. I don't think it's a problem because I think people in those different communities, they've gone so long not being accepted and not having their voices heard that, I'm not necessarily mad that that's the agenda now. You know what I mean?
But I am mad because that doesn't mean like, listen, you should have all the rights you want, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with you. So perfect example. I see a trend nowadays of a lot of men painting their nails. They can do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's if you buy the nail polish, it's your own right. Like, paint your nails. I don't have to agree with it. I should be allowed, if somebody asks me, yo, do you want to paint your nails? I should be allowed to say, no, I think that's feminine. I'm not a feminine bull. I don't get into that. And that shouldn't be taken as, oh, you're not progressive or you're closed minded. Like, no, I'm not that kind of guy. To me, that's feminine.
I agree that it shouldn't be taken that way. I do agree. Like, I feel like people should be allowed, like, if we're going to live in a society people say they want to live in, people are gonna have to be allowed to have their opinions, and you got to be cool with that shit. You got to rock with it.
That's all.
I agree with that for sure. For me, when it comes to masculinity in today's society, I feel like masculinity has always been a broad spectrum. Mm-hmm. I happen to fall on the rougher side of the spectrum, obviously, but I got a homie that is on the other side of the spectrum, man. Like, that's my fucking man. So, but he's not like less masculine than me. He just have more femininity than I do. I think if that's a better way. I don't know. That's just because I've seen him in situations where you would think, if he the way he's acting all the time, that he would be a certain way, and we get in a situation and he ain't like that. He get the nigga come out, the big bulky shit. I'm trying not like you mean. So it's a real big spectrum, I think.
I think I found the question I was trying to ask while both of y'all are talking. What it is, and I'm trying not to use the word they. I see the either LGBTQ or the I feel like I'm disrespecting people who aren't gay, but they do like things a little like, I want to say feminine, but I feel like if I say that, it's disrespectful.
I don't know if that's metrosexual, if that's the phrase.
Let's just say metrosexual, right?
Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
That's what they used to call it back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was some South. I thought that was some South Park shit. I know
that could, but I think you could say feminine. I don't think that's disrespectful though.
So let's just say
That's another thing. We gotta take the negative connotation away from femininity, like saying that it's nigga like cheese.
Right. Okay, so I feel like the gay community and the feminine male community, they're being promoted and advertised heavy. It's not a problem with that. But my question is, do you feel that if that's all you advertise, you inadvertently don't give kids a choice to decide how they want to be? Like if that's all you see?
My response to that is, you probably don't remember it as well as I do. I remember it probably a little bit better than you do. There was a time when like NSYNC was hot, and like they had just taken over from like the New Edition and all them had died off. And then NSYNC, like the white boy bands took over. And then like Lil Bow Wow first came out, bro. And he was black. And that shit shifted everything. I had a crazy point, and I just keep forgetting my points today. Like
I think let me try to help you out. Are what you saying is like the advertisement now of that kind of trend?
So hold on. My fault. I got you. You right. Thank you, my man, my guy. So basically, Lil Bow Wow came out, and he was like the black dude doing hip hop, and hip hop kind of infiltrated a lot of households that it had never been in before, because the pictures on the wall went from NSYNC, whoever else, Hanson, whoever else was out back then, to fucking Lil Bow Wow, and then it kept going on to more and more little niggas. Romeo, Mario came out, Chris Brown came out,
B2K,
and destroyed the shit. B2K, like it was over after that point,
right?
And like, so it's kind of like the same way, and not even just like the singers, just hip hop in general. In the '90s, when hip hop became what it was, and it became black culture, because that's when it became really black. Like that's when it became the culture, where it's everywhere now. It was in the '90s, and if you feel that way about what's going on now, then you have to feel a way about what happened in the '90s, where they were pushing hip hop everywhere. You had white kids wearing big saggy clothes. Remember Jamie Kennedy? All the movies he did. Come on, bro.
Malibu's Most Wanted, my guy.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Esco. That's a great point.
That is a good point, actually. That's a conversation that like covers a lot of topics too, like a lot of different things shifting in society. My dog on some nut shit.
I caught that point back, bro. I almost lost that deal.
Yeah, and had to give you the assist real quick. You know what I mean?
You mean we a squad?
I think my thoughts on it too, like my final thoughts. I understood the transition I was trying to make earlier when I was talking about basically the ego, and I thought you were going to expand on this and people's ego and their desire for attention causing them to do things in a feminine way to garner that attention, and thus
I forgot about
that. Was the transition I was trying to make.
Me and Cheese had a conversation off record, and what I told Cheese is that I honestly feel like a lot of men who do these new trends, like paint their nails and wear the little like man purses, I really don't think they're like feminine men. I think they're just trying so hard to be different that they just doing anything.
And I think that could be the case. What I will say to this though is that happens with anything also.
Okay.
I remember I got a part in my hair one time in college, and Aunt laughed at me for 4 days. Aunt got a part in his hair every couple of weeks.
That's funny.
I don't got it no more, bro. I don't got it no more.
I said every couple of weeks, bro.
So I think to not combat that, but I guess to respond to that is people do that all the time to garner attention. It just depends on what you do to try to get that attention. You know what I mean? For someone, it may be painting nails or doing whatever. For another person like myself back in the day in middle school, I saw the trend was wearing, them little them pocket chains, like the little
The
rock
little
Jones.
Dipset chains. The Dipset chains.
I wore them shits in middle school. I had the big ass skull belt buckle in middle school. I did shit when I wanted attention too. Bro, nah. If I could find them Jones, bro, yo, you would have thought I was a different boy. I'm telling you.
And you guys don't gotta answer this, but I'll leave this to the people listening. That's literally my question: is trends are trends, but when you're making a lifestyle or a sexuality trendy, what are we doing here?
That's a great point.
We don't gotta answer it, but what are we doing?
That's a great point. That's a great point. I think it's definitely interesting, bro. I know just one last thing I'm gonna say. I definitely understand where you're coming from, because I do think with the agenda of trying to push certain movements, I do see where they're targeting certain groups. For example, the Black people who may, we grow up sometimes in different communities not having a certain type of education to different lifestyles. So it's easy to prey on us if a certain type of lifestyle is getting pushed in the media. It's easy to prey on us because we may not be as educated on that lifestyle. We may be more quickly and more able to say something wrong about that lifestyle, and now we can attack them. So I do think that's going on. So I see what you're talking about, Ant. But my last thing I'm gonna say on this, with somebody like DaBaby, where his arrogance and his like his willingness to just be that person and not even try to learn from his mistakes until his pockets get hit.
Right.
That's where I kind of be like, okay, you know what I mean? So
a lot of people gonna have to adjust on the fly. So it's a lot of new things happening quick.
You got to be willing to adjust. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You know what I mean?
But speaking of like lifestyle changes, adjusting on the fly, you mean all kinds of shit, fly shit like that. Today was the last day of free agency for the NBA.
I don't know if it was the last day, but it's one of the days. I'm not sure when it ends.
So much stuff happened. I'm like, it has to be the end, because like
it was a countdown on ESPN today for something.
Okay,
it might be the end. It might be the end.
It was.
Right.
Maybe it was.
In any case, it was a couple of big moves today, free agency wise.
Shit, bro. It was a lot of moves, big moves. And you already see what I'm wearing. Yeah, Lake Show. If you're watching the YouTube or if you're listening, I got my Laker jersey.
I'm a lot of things. A hater isn't one of them, man. Y'all kill free agency, man.
Here's the thing. Let's keep it the beam from the rip. What was your favorite move of free agency so far?
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people are gonna go to the Russell Westbrook. That really didn't impress me a lot.
Really?
I like the pieces you guys got, the Kendrick Nuns, the Trevor Arizas. I'm like, those were big play. The Nets got Patty Mills. Those little plays right there, to me, were the big plays of obviously everybody's gonna look at the Westbrook. And I think Melo was a good pickup for you guys too. I think he has a lot more in the tank than what people think.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. I'll say this, even as the biggest Laker fan, and I'm joking and shit, I like what we did in free agency. I think we picked up, like you said, Melo, Russ, Trevor Ariza. We got Dwight Howard back. We also got a couple other people. Kent Bazemore.
That's another big pickup.
Big pickup. And who else did we get? Oh, yeah. Malik Monk from the Hornets. And we got one other person. We just re-signed THT. So the Lakers made a lot of moves today, obviously.
My brother behind me just told me Philly Keith just went to Miami. Miami making moves too.
Oh, Keith went to Miami? Wow.
They got Laurie and Keith.
Oh, that's tough. So I'll say this, even as the biggest Lakers fan, I like what we did, especially the Russell Westbrook move to get us like throughout the season. But I'm like, dog, we an old ass team, bro. A lot of these niggas is like 35, 36.
It's a one-shot deal. Even
if it's just for the season to try to win a chip this season, bro, you got to make it through 82 games. A lot of these niggas is 5 years, 6 years off of 40. Like,
what? I think y'all got enough young guys to where that can perform to where I don't think a lot of these old heads are going to play a lot of minutes.
I don't know, bro.
But we'll see.
Listen, I don't have much to say on the NBA.
I'll tell y'all who lost the free agency.
Well, what you say, Leak? Why you don't got much to say, bro?
I don't got much to say on the NBA topic because Aaron's about to say the same thing I'm about to say. The niggas that lost free agency, the motherfucking Philadelphia 76ers.
This nigga Elton Brand phone service must have got canceled during free agency. He ain't make not one move.
Nigga, where you at, bro?
He ain't make one call.
Call somebody's phone.
Bro, wait, hold up. When was the draft? When was the draft? July 28th or something like that?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw reports Ben Simmons is going to be gone by midnight. We at August 3rd. Ben Simmons still here. We got Andre Drummond. That's the only pickup we got. And then they re-signed Korkmaz. What?
Here's the thing, y'all. With
No,
a trade,
don't tell me the Sixers still good. I don't care.
no,
They
let me
weren't
just
good enough last year, bro.
No, I'm not even gonna say that.
They
With a
basically said run it back, and the team wasn't even good enough.
Bro, with a trade, y'all already know you need at least 2 teams to be willing to be included in the trade. Clearly, don't nobody want Ben.
Somebody took Kyle Kuzma, bro.
Well, we couldn't have picked up no free agent. Like they had Rudy Gay on the market, a bunch of we couldn't get nobody.
Well, y'all, I think y'all capped up though. Like y'all niggas gave dumb expensive. Yeah, y'all gave expensive contracts. It's not just Elton Brand. We're not going to.
Could have freed up $30 million with bum ass Korkmaz.
Y'all paid him, right? He coming back to the Sixers.
He came back cheap, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't that crazy. But he got a bag though for who he is. I was like, damn, bro. Korkmaz got a bag. But
Duncan Robinson got $90 million, bro.
Duncan Robinson is way over Korkmaz.
Yeah, but bro, $90 million is crazy.
Shooters get paid. Shooters get paid, bro.
Shooters do get paid.
Bro, I don't think Allen Iverson ever made $90 million in a contract. I don't think so.
He might. That's a whole different era, though.
And I don't care about the era. It rattles my brain.
That's blasphemy.
I mean, that just make me want to get in the gym real quick. But what I will say though, I do think the best move was the Brooklyn Nets. Actually, you brought it up, and the Patty Mills move. I think that's crazy, bro, because he's tough and he's a shooter, and he's been in playoff series with the Spurs, and I think he's only been with the Spurs actually, but that's going to be tough. I think the favorites going into next season, based on all the moves we've seen, as far as with DeMar DeRozan going to the Bulls,
that's my favorite.
That was a big move too. I'll let you speak on that then. I think the Patty Mills move is the biggest move because Brooklyn already has their three top dogs set. So they're not looking for another star. They just need role players. You give them somebody like Patty Mills who's going to space the floor for them, bro. They're the favorites in my opinion. Even though I love the Lakers and kind of what they did, they're the favorites going into next year.
If y'all are healthy, I'm gonna go with y'all just because I think they're a little small. But that's not guaranteed with that old ass team. It's not guaranteed.
I don't think in a series right now. You think with the rosters, I would be nervous playing Kyrie, James, and Kevin Durant, even with the people that the Lakers have now. I would be nervous.
Y'all big too. LeBron's gonna be there. He's gonna play.
True.
AD, if he's healthy, he's gonna perform.
Yeah,
if he's healthy.
If he's healthy, that's the thing you gotta say though every time.
Yeah. That's true.
But you were gonna talk about the Bulls, Esco?
Just real quick, Bulls always been one of my secondary favorite teams, just because back when D Rose played for him, I became a real fan of them niggas. And
he got paid too. I'm happy he got paid this year.
He did get paid.
I can't be a Knicks fan.
Never.
I'm not a hater. Like Ant was saying, I'm not a hater, but there's 3 teams I hate. Probably 4. The Lakers, the Cowboys, the Knicks. I think of the 4th, but if I will.
It's probably the Patriots.
No, it's not even the Patriots, bro.
Okay.
It's not the Steelers either, though. So don't worry about that. It's
It's
definitely the Lakers for sure. The Lakers,
Bro, why you hate the Lakers, bro? Why you hate us, bro?
because bro, in 2001, y'all had already had a couple chips. Y'all could have let AI get that joint.
Oh yeah, y'all definitely y'all definitely hated on the.
You went out there with like a wounded dog. Gave y'all bombs that first game.
Ah.
All right, let me say this. Was it any type of relief in the fact that somebody from Philly got a chip though? Even though we beat the Sixers,
Kobe went out loud and said he not from Philly. He don't claim us.
Kobe never did that. I hate that Philly people do that. Kobe didn't do that, bro. He never did that, bro.
He said
he never said he wasn't from Philly, bro.
He always show love too.
Kobe be at Larry's, bro.
But I don't care that he was from Philly, bro. That's like somebody from Philly right now winning $3 billion. How the hell does that help me? How does that help me? Oh, I'm happy for that nigga, but man, what is that doing for me?
That's true. So you're saying, all right, let's finalize this then. You said the best move was DeMar to the Bulls league. What's the best move to you? And
not DeMar. I'm gonna say my favorite move was Laurie to the Heat.
Okay, yeah, they have a nice little squad. I don't think they're gonna have enough offense. He's not a scorer, and they're gonna be great defensively, but they already were good defensively. You know what I mean? So
about 25 points a game. He get about 25 a game.
Give you
who?
Kyle Lowry will give you between 20 and 25.
Not consistent. He's not going to average 25
per game. Right?
Kyle Lowry is going to average 20 plus. We can bet on it.
per game.
Well, how much y'all want to put up? I put that up.
He's averaged 20 plus for a minute.
No, he hasn't. We can look up his stats. Kyle last year probably.
Somebody B.O.B. Can you look that up, please?
Yes, please. He probably averaged. I tell you what he averaged. He probably averaged around 16 to 18. That was the range. He ain't averaged no 20 to 25.
When?
Especially not last year or the last 2 years.
Oh, not the last couple. Not the last.
With DeMar DeRozan, he averaged 20 plus.
No, he only averaged 20 like in a couple times.
Yeah. He's not that crazy of a scorer.
Actually, in 2019, he averaged about a dub in 2019.
About a dub or a dub. What is it?
Averaged 20 twice.
Yeah, he's not that type of. That's what I'm saying. He's not that type of scorer. He's a.
We might have spiced it, but shout out to North Philly Kyle. Shout out to North Philly Kyle.
I
Shout
rock
out to
with
North
Kyle.
Philly
I rock with Kyle. I really like Kyle Lowry's game, but he's
the
not
real
a scorer.
Kyle.
The real Kyle.
I play him one-on-one. We can settle that. But yeah, I like what they did too. So basically, all I'm here to say is, you see my shirt, my hat, 2022 champs. Even though I got the Nets as the favorites, I'm still rock with my guys. I think
I want to put this out to the atmosphere.
What's up, bro?
I want to put this out to the atmosphere. I want to play TJ McConnell for his contract, 1-on-1.
He gonna cook you.
No, he's not.
tough, bro.
I swear to God, he won't.
He
Yo,
played for 18 months, bro.
Bro, before we move on, we gotta stop that, bro. He's tough. Like, we gotta give him his credit,
He
bro.
played ball in 18 months either. You're gonna give you 3 billion buckets.
if you give me 3 months to get in shape, TJ McConnell, now I want his 36 mil. Tell him, yo,
Bro.
do any of y'all know this man? He used
to
to play for the Sixers. Do any of y'all got his contact information? I want to play this.
love to set that up. Bro.
Why you don't think he deserved a break?
You think TJ McConnell like that, Kyle?
Every time I see TJ McConnell play, he be balling. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yo, he be hooping in that game.
What do you mean by balling?
Bro, he was hooping for Indiana last year. Hooping.
Pull up his stats. What did he on it? Brandon's my stat man in the back. He on it. Pull up his stats. You talking about hooping?
He was for him.
What's his career average, bro?
No, don't do career. Don't do career.
Look up the last
year. You said last year was his best year?
For him, yes.
No. So time out. You said last year was his best year.
I thought so.
8 points, my nigga.
So you don't respect the 8 points then?
No,
That's crazy.
For 36 million? No,
how much you averaging for 36 million in the league?
12. I'll give you 12.
Okay.
All threes. I'm not driving to the lane, nothing. Just running corner to corner.
How many points you giving up? How many points you giving up though?
16, but it don't matter.
That's crazy.
I'm only down 4.
He be defending, bro. I rock with TJ.
Wait, hold on. I don't like Esco's.
Guys, bro, you're not gonna be guarding one of the. You're gonna be in the game guarding one of the guards or the.
You think I'm giving up more than 16?
The point or the 2 in the league? Yes, bro.
I think so too. Yeah, not even coming at you, bro. I just think.
16.
Yeah, I think we are, because it's a point guard league. I think we all would give up if we had to go guard the point guards.
Time out. The NBA has hid in defensive schemes worse defenders than me.
Who?
There's a lot, bro. There's a lot of bad defenders.
Who, bro? Because I would love to know.
There's a lot of there's a lot of bad defenders in the NBA. Bro.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
I can make it. Come on, man.
No. I think you would. I just think.
Listen, man. Yo, kids out there, man, keep working on your game, man. They paid TJ McConnell, man. There's hope for everybody.
Shit, they are. Shit, they paid Alex Caruso too for my squad. He's good though. He's good. He's like TJ McConnell too. They're both white boys.
He's way better.
To move on, you know who about to get paid?
Who?
I don't think they signed the contracts yet, but the draft happened a couple of days ago. The boy, number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, he about to get that bread.
You saw him come out with the Detroit shades on?
I liked his energy. I liked his energy.
He put the buffs on. I said,
they gotta put something around him though, bro.
They got a nice little young squad though. They're not gonna be good. They're not gonna be that good. You got to remember too, it's still the East. So if he has a great year and he's that type of transcendent player, he could maybe give him a 7-8 seed. The East is not crazy.
He gonna find himself in a Zion situation where he doing his thing, but ain't shit going on out there.
They got some young talent though. They got some young talent out there. They do, especially. They could. I wanted to ask y'all. I really like Cade though. I really rock with him. I just kind of got familiar with his game. I watched him a little bit last year when he was playing for Oklahoma. I really rock with his game and his demeanor, bro. I like those type of hoopers who, when they play, they never really seem too rattled by the moment. Like they're like really calm. They're really calm. He reminds me, he like 6'8", point forward. He reminds me of a Ben Simmons.
Don't say that, bro.
Listen what I'm saying. a Ben Simmons, but with a great perimeter game, meaning like he has the same demeanor as Ben, but he can shoot and shit.
Well, Ben Simmons with a great perimeter game is like the greatest player ever. So
That's why I think Ball about to be tough. I think he about to be. He went number 1 for a reason.
I copy. But rookie of the year is Jalen Green. I'll put anything on. I'll put the house on it.
I will bet that with you.
Wait,
I don't.
Houston got a little squad over there of young bulls, of young talent.
Nah. See, I feel like how y'all feel about Detroit with Houston. They're gonna be bad for a little while, but they do have a couple young bulls who I like though.
Houston, who Houston got?
They got the dude Josh Christopher who went to Arizona. He's tough. They got Jalen Green, and then who's that guy who got kicked out of Cleveland for throwing a bowl of soup at Tyronn Lue?
He's tough. What's his name? They're gonna be exciting.
I forgot his name, but yeah,
I forgot his name too.
Shout out to him though.
Athletic bull, he tough, and they got John. They still got John Wall too.
Listen, man, sometimes you gotta throw something at your coach. You get it like that.
I didn't watch a lot of college basketball this past year, but the two players I was most familiar with went 1 and 2. I knew a couple other players like Scotty Barnes. He went like 4. But I know a couple of niggas played on the same like high school team at Mount Verde Academy.
Yeah, they had some guys
played at the same school. That's ridiculous.
They're saying this draft is gonna be. It should be one of the better drafts like in some time. Like it seems like, it seems like they have a lot of high level talent at the top. Who's y'all?
Delaware got drafted, Kyle.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, bro. This the boy Busy Bones Highland. He went to high school about 15 minutes from my crib. I've been around him, but I never really talked to him before. Young boy, he got drafted, I think 26 to the Nuggets. So what I like about his game though is that he doesn't look like he would be like an NBA player, like because based on his athleticism, he's not stupid athletic. He's still kind of growing in his body. He's super skinny. He only about 6'3", but like what I like about him is his heart, bro, is the reason like it got him so far. Like he just not afraid of competition. He can shoot crazy. So I really rock with his pick. I want to see how he do in the league.
You wanted the Sixers to get him. I remember you was talking about that shit.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, also it's cool if you ever like definitely check out his story because like he's from Wilmington. He kind of is like the pride of Delaware right now. Like niggas is really fucking with him as they should.
What happened to DiVincenzo? Y'all forgot about him?
Him too.
I was about to say they threw out DiVincenzo. He hooping.
Nah, him too.
On that team too.
You said what?
He's the starter on that team.
No, him too, bro. Delaware. You mean 2 NBA players? 2 NBA
That's
players.
Good for y'all. That's good.
That's really good. If we keep it to being like that's really good. So you mean shout out Delaware. Shout out everybody.
Delaware, man. No bullshit.
Okay. You mean? So yeah, I guess I was gonna ask you who's your favorite player, but I know you said you didn't really watch too much league. So I guess you're rocking with Jalen Green, and
yeah,
I'm rocking with Cade Cunningham. I know they talked about the 3rd pick. He was a big man. They say he like Anthony Davis. His name is Evan Mobley. Yeah, so they say
he's solid. He's solid.
Last thing I want to talk about with the draft. They did at the draft, which I thought was a really dope thing to do. Terrence Clarke was a guard who played for Kentucky. He died in a tragic car accident a couple months ago, like right after he declared for the draft and signed with Clutch Sports, which is LeBron's agency. So he died in a car accident at the draft. They halted like the procedure and basically kind of like gave him an honorary draft selection and had his mom and brother and his sister come up. I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was a dope gesture by the NBA, but I was like, damn, like obviously with life lost, that's super sad, right? But I was like, damn, can you imagine like number one, losing your life right before you about to like, because he was going to get drafted right before you about to reach your dreams. And then also I was thinking about like your family, like how does your family feel after a while when you think about, damn, like we was about to have like generational wealth possibly enter our lives and like just to have it taken away. Like how would y'all, it had me think about that. Like, that's crazy.
For me, this is a story. This is something I've actually thought about before because there's a story, Len Bias. I mean, y'all familiar with that story, and a similar thing happened. Obviously, the circumstances were way different, but passed away right around draft time. You know, didn't get to live up that potential that was there, and so I've thought about in the past, like, damn, what would have happened, you know, if I was in that position and I, you know, passed away or something happened to me and I couldn't do what I needed to do, and it would be hard well, not for me, but my family. Obviously, it wouldn't be hard for my family. I wouldn't be here. I'd be chilling in heaven, living my, drinking my ties, martinis and shit.
Martinis, bro. That's gonna be your life, bro.
And I don't know, bro. It just rhymed it just rhymed with my ties, or it sounded good with my ties.
Yeah.
But like I said, I thought about it before, and I think it's definitely something people should be sensitive about. So don't. I know a lot of the time, with like when Kobe passed, people were kind of hounding his wife or hounding his living children in the Instagram comments and stuff like that on social media. Don't do shit like that. Just be respectful and just give people time. I don't know.
That's super tough. And then another example of that, even though it didn't happen like when they declared for the draft, they were still in college, but everybody know they was going to go to the NBA. Is Philly's own Hank Gathers. You know what I mean? So like stuff like that, it's just it's a tough situation because I know a lot of families, unfortunately, when they have somebody who's going to make it to the pros, they're kind of hanging on to that. It's not like it's a plus, like they need that. So that's difficult, but prayers out to his family. I saw his mom and his sister up there, and I think that was his little brother who was also up there. Hopefully they can get through whatever, because it has to be a tough situation. But I feel like the NBA got that right. That was super dope to see that. I remember they said they were going to do it, but I forgot. So when they did it, it caught me by surprise. But I was like, that was really cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought it was a great gesture. It was just crazy to see that. And that's why I guess when we talk about the Bull Bones from Delaware, like his story is so crazy because he's a similar kid in that instance where like his journey is kind of changing a community. You know what I mean? In the sense, he's from Wilmington, Delaware. A lot of people are like familiar with him. So it's like for him to be able to be successful and make it. And then like you look at somebody like Terrence Clarke, who was right on the cusp of that. Like that's a tough situation. So like you said, prayers to his family. I'm glad that the NBA did that. Is there anything else, man, y'all want to talk about before we be out?
Come on, man. Don't like what's going on in like an hour, man. Come on, don't do that. Everybody, who y'all got?
You know what's crazy? I forgot to wear my shirt, bro. I got a Dipset shirt, man. I was gonna throw that thing on for the one time.
Yeah, the birds in the building.
Like, so they make music. I would rather hear they shit the function when I'm trying to turn up.
Wow. So final predictions. You got Dipset. What's your score? I think it's 20 songs.
Oh, we do. Oh, damn, I forgot it was a verse.
20 verses. If it's 20, I'm gonna go Dipset. 11-9.
Okay, that's a close joint.
No.
That's a safe score.
Listen, I love locks, bro. Don't get me wrong, but I just think Dipset got a little edge.
Okay. What about you, Lee?
I'm gonna go Dipset. 12-8.
I'm gonna go locks. LOX. You know I'm riding for my guys from Yonkers. I'm going locks. 13-7.
13-7.
Damn.
I'm doing that out of respect. I don't think it's gonna be that, but I'm gonna say 13-7 just because I rock with the locks. Like
before we get out of here, did they announce official rules of how it has to go since it's groups? Because if everybody has to play a solo record, Dipset is definitely winning 2 rounds, and I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
Nah, she got one solo joint.
Yeah, I will say that shit getting blown out the water.
She got one joint that was a low key hit. Are we gonna do that? We gonna
low key hit out the water, bro.
That's true. Because he's going up against Jewels.
Are you putting him against? If this was 3-on-3, is he guarding Jewels or is he guarding Jones? Who he guarding?
I think he has to go against Jewels. Okay, so let's talk about it. If it's Dipset, is Jewels the third member on the ranking? Okay, I think Jewels have to be.
Let's go to top. Let's go to top performers. They got to guard each other. That's Cam and Jada.
That's Cam and Jada. Yeah, no debate.
Cam and Jada.
No debate.
Now this is where it gets debatable because the locks, obviously their second best one is Stylez.
Stylez for sure.
You can make an argument between. Well, I'll put it this way: Stylez and Jim are arguing with each other on Instagram, so we're gonna have them guard each other.
Yeah.
Jewels is, bro.
He's gonna smoke.
Sheik Luch can't play nothing that can beat Dipset Anthem, which is Jewel's song.
No. Dipset Anthem. No, well, Dipset Anthem is not Jewel's song. Dipset Anthem was from their album. That's from their group album.
I'm playing it if I'm Jewel's. I don't care.
If you're talking solo careers, Jewel's is gonna smoke Sheik. But Sheik, I will say this about the Locks. On that first Locks album, Sheik arguably had the best performance on that album. So if he was,
no, he didn't. I don't know why. I don't know why you and these hip hop enthusiasts keep saying that. That's a lie. That's a goddamn lie.
Are we talking about the same album?
Yes.
Money, Power, Respect.
Yes.
If you go back and listen to it, Sheik was rapping on that shit, bro.
Nothing Sheik said was better than All for the Love. Stop it.
That's one song, bro. It's one song.
You said he had the best performance.
I'm talking about throughout the album. I'm talking about throughout the album.
I'm gonna go back.
You said what?
I'm gonna go listen to it.
Yeah, definitely go back, man. But all right, so we got 2 Dipset, 1 Locks. It's definitely gonna be exciting. I'm gonna be lit. Anything else we got to say before we be out of here?
Nah, we out, man. Dipset.
Yes, sir. It's the Laundromat Show, episode 26. I'm K Rose.
And McKee.
Let's go.
We out.
Dipset.